When you have digital cameras, you're going to have SD cards, and I have lots of SD cards from all over the place, and I need a place to organize them, to keep them consistent, and to let me know the ones that I need, because I have a lot of trouble keeping track of them. So I haven't really found a solution that I can buy that I'm happy with, so I'm going to design one that may be what I want. Probably not, but we'll see what happens with it. And if we take a look here, this is kind of the basic research I did. I needed to figure out how big they were, as far as the official sizes go. And then I found this little image here, which gives a much better visual. The only problem with this is it gives me the height and the width, but I don't have any depth, so I don't know how thick they are. But if we go back to this thing, it says it's 2.1 millimeters thick, and it ranges from 1.4 to 2, whatever. We'll be fine there. And then we also have the micro SD cards is 1 millimeter thick, because some of my cameras only use that. So we're going to go into Onshape here, and we're going to design something. It's not going to be the world's most beautiful solution, but basically I need it to be able to hold about 4 SD cards, and then we'll figure out what we're doing from there. So I'm going to start off with a rectangle. Again, I don't really know a whole lot about what I'm doing here. All I know is that it's 24 millimeters wide. So we're going to put that in here like so. And we're just going to say 24 mm. It will automatically convert that over for us, which is just shy of an inch. Okay, so that's a good starting point that we have there. So let's say I want to make that 1.25. And then dimensionally, as far as the height goes, I don't know, let's go 0.75. That sounds reasonable, so that I can have a space for them to stick up and be good there. I'm going to finish that sketch from here, and then I'm going to extrude it, and we're going to do 1.25. Was that what I had for the other one? Let's find out here. I edit that sketch. Yeah, 1.25. Okay, cool. So I have this little square here, and now I can start going in and punching the holes in that I need to have for all of that. So we're going to go to the top view. We'll sketch on top of there, and then we're just going to make a rectangle that is 24. Let's go 24.5, just add a little wiggle room, millimeters wide. And then the height of it, according to this, it says it's up to 2.1. So I'm going to make it about 2.5 millimeters, just to give us a little bit of space there. Which is not a lot, but it should work. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line down the middle here. And the only purpose of this line is to make sure that I can find the midpoint of this and kind of get it set up on there. So I'm going to dimension from here to there. We said it was 22 or 24, so I made it 24.5 millimeters. Now I'm going to divide that by 2, so that's going to be 12.125 millimeters. When I type the right thing in, be good. Boom, and that's just going to center it up. The only purpose of that was to center it. Then I'm going to say maybe I want these to be separated by 1/8 of an inch. That looks fine. And then we can use rectangular pattern. We don't have to like sit there and draw this all over again. We can go up to the top where it says linear pattern here. We'll click on our parts here. And directionally, I only want one of them going that way. But I want to have, let's say, 4 of them going this way. And the distance between them we're going to need to play with. Not sure what I want to have with that quite yet. But we'll figure that out soon enough. Let me undo that real fast because I did something I didn't want to do. I changed the angle. So 0.125. And then we'll go back in here. I'm going to just select 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to change that again to 1. We're going to change this bad boy to 4. And we don't want it to be an inch between them. We're going to say 1.25 and just, nope, that's not enough. So say 0.25. I think maybe if I get a 5th one in there, will that be good? All right, we can do 5, and maybe I can do 0.2 or 0.25. 0.25 is too much, so let's go 0.225. That looks like it might work. So we'll do all of that. That's in there. And I'm just going to dimension real fast to see how far these are from each other. And look at that. It's just a... so if I change this to 0.126, that should make this dimension the same. Yeah, there we go. look, I did something good and I didn't even mean to. All right. So we have that. And then I'm going to, I guess I could put fillets on there. I don't really need to, but I could do it just to make it fit a little better if we want it, but I'm not going to do that. So now we're going to extrude those. We're going to remove them. And the entire height of this thing, I forget what I did this height as. So let's edit this sketch real fast. It was 0.75. So now we're going to go in, we'll extrude that, we'll remove, and I'm going to go let's go 0.65. So there's a 1/10 of an inch there. We're removing. Those are all getting cut out. You can see how far it's going down. Boom. We have that. Now, that's all well and good, but I also want to have this little edge going on here. So that will make more sense in a moment. But let me go in here and just draw on another rectangle. So let me go to sketch. I want to extrude by accident. Let's go in here. And we're just going to draw another one around here. And then we're going to dimension this bad boy up. It should be 0.125 is all the way around there. So let's do 1/32. Actually, 1/16 I think is better. Yeah, we'll do 1/16. And we're going to dimension that all around the edges. And the whole point of this is that I'm going to remove just the outside edge, and then we can have a lid. And that lid can carry some information for us if we needed to. So I have that. We're going to take that. We're going to remove that, and it's going to go 3/8 of an inch down, which is half the height of that thing. Cool. All right. I'm happy with that. The only other thing I'm going to do here is just throw in a quick chamfer on these edges here and all across the top there, and that's going to be 1/32 maybe. And the idea behind this is just that it's going to allow us to get the cards in there easier. It's also going to allow, when we have this lid that's going to be a secondary part that I need to design still, it's going to allow that to fit on just a little easier, quicker, better. So we have that. So this is going to be the first part that we have. And then we're going to need to make a second part. And I just need to make sure I have all of my dimensions for the lid. So 1.25 inch. All right, so then we're just going to go in here, we'll hit the plus button, we'll create a new part, studio. I know I can make it in there, a secondary part, but I don't like doing that. I'd rather have it exist as is here. So we're going to go in here like so, 1.25, and we're going to make it about an inch tall. We know that 0.625 or 0.65 is going to be sitting in there. So if we do 0.65, 2 millimeters, that's going, not 65, but we can do, it's 16. So basically half of it's going to be sticking up. That's fine. So this doesn't need to be quite that big, but we're going to make it bigger just because. We'll finish that sketch. We'll extrude this, 1.25, fantastic. And then what we're going to do is sketch on here, and we're going to punch out a hole. And that hole is basically going to be a 1/16 all the way around. So dimension here, 1/16, and we're just going around and doing this. Nope, not 1 inch. 1 by 1/6, and our last one here, from here to there. There we go. All right, then we're going to remove this. We're going to cut that out. We made this thing, how tall did we make this? I'm a mess today, I apologize. So let me see here, it's an inch tall. So we're just gonna remove probably 9/10 of an inch. And we'll remove that. There we go. So basically what I can do now is, this is going to be a lid that will go over top of this so I can keep the cards protected. But what I can also do is I can print this in a separate color, and I can emboss something on here if I wanted to. So if this is for my main camera, I could put a big M. If it's for my side camera, I'll put an S, because generally when I shoot, I have 2 cameras when I do kind of contract stuff. So I can have my main camera stuff here, make another one, it's a different color, have it embossed, and ready to go. So let's go on here and let's sketch on the top. And then we're going to use the text tool. I'm just going to make it the entire size of that just because we can. So I'll put a capital letter M. And we'll hit our green check. And you can see it's enormous and it's going outside the realm, so I don't want that. Let's go back into text here. We'll just put the capital letter M in again, and then we can dimension here. So from here to there, it's going to be a 1/4 inch. From here to there, it's going to be a 1/4 of an inch. There to there, it's 1/4. And what do we have left over here? All right, so let's make that 3/8, and that roughly centers it. We're cool with that. All right, we got that. Now I can just extrude that. I'm going to remove, and I'm just going to take like a 64th off of this. The whole point is just to be inset just a touch so that it's easy to see, nothing too big a deal. I do have concerns with the fitment of this, of how tight it's going to be, but there's only one way to figure that out, and that's to print it and see what's up. So we're going to go over, export these as STLs. We'll print out the first one, then we'll print out the second one, and see exactly what it does for us. And here's the final prints. I actually really like the texture and how the M came out. In black, it looks really nice. The white S for my side camera is okay, but what I like to do is mix them up. And I did find that I had to print the caps. There's just no clearance for the original one I printed. You can see they're tight, but they come off. So I printed the lids at 101%, and then I did 100.5% just to make them a little bit bigger. I'll change the model eventually just to have thinner walls so that it's easier to fit in there, but it works just fine, and you can see the cards fit in there, the lids fit on, and everything's honky-dory. I dig it. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you in a future video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.